just win the game in 20 minutes because Gen.G are basically a no-rush 20 comp with this. I'm not sure how you're supposed to also pilot an Udyr in a comp. Lane control late is definitely much better, but ramps up.
Here comes Clid.
As, yep, Clid's going to wrap around from behind. He's going for carrier here. Of course, you can't lantern yourself as the Flame Chompers are avoided. Teddy actually, though, not able to get onto the lantern, and he's just gobbled up by Life, who will say thank you so much.
You know, versus an Olaf, you don't get this advantage all too often, but with Gen.G having the opportunity here to clear vision with the Udyr pick, there's just no way that you can advantage into the late game. We might have them taking the first game in this series.
Not to mention, we will not have a Cloud Soul as well. It's going to be...
But here comes the Herald. Some extra plate gold going to go here into the mid lane. And Gen.G are in such a fantastic position. If they can keep taking these plays into objectives, I just don't see how T1 can recover.
I don't know what Gen.G are going to be able to do here to... what T1 are going to be able to do here to try and stem the bleeding, right? Because they need to get this game moving in their direction, and they need to do so.
To force this fight on their terms for the first time in this game.
Because standing at the front, you've got Rascal in pretty good horn position as Ruler out of the fight for the moment. And T1 are going to start this one up. Ruler now just going to move on over with the rest of his team. Gets through unscathed as another control ward goes down. Gen.G have picked up the aggro, and you can feel just how much both of these teams know the importance of this position. In comes the Ram, looking for Cuz, who does throw down the Ragnarok, but no way can he get into position. And T1 are going to give it away, you can see.
Back off. I mean, the Ornhorn alone.
They had to, right, yeah.
The Ornhorn alone just makes it so you can't even attempt to contest, and that's the power, even before we get to the Supreme late game, of Ornn in these 5v5 fights. And Gen.G might not have been in a position to actually force this fight on their terms if they were behind earlier. They just have been so stable and so slightly ahead in every tempo occasion that they're in a good way. Now, Teddy is getting a lot of value here, by the way. A lot of extra gold going to this Aphelios in bot lane.
I mean, look at the top lane. Same thing's happening on the other side. So trading evenly. Tidy it up, but now it's a 5 versus 4 here in theory. See whether Faker can get over in time. Body slam onto Rascal. Gonna get knocked up, though, is Canna. Takes some rocks, able to utilize his stopwatch to avoid the shockwave, and now no shockwave is a huge deal.
That's a great trade for T1, but isn't enough. Faker's going for a huge flank here.
Yep, Call of the Forge God is available. Clid felt something in his waters. Spots Faker going for the slight flank, and now he's looking to close in. We'll see where Gen.G are going to put themselves in this particular moment.
I love the harass coming through from Faker here on the left side. He's just out of range of getting picked, and now T1 have reset the Drake, and they actually have priority here. Look at where Kana is. He's in such a great spot. This is beautiful from T1.
Yeah, we'll see whether he can actually blast cone over. As you can see, he's going to get tongue lashed as now Clid getting on in there, not going to be able to find a smite. Now they have thrown his life away. The Devour is going to be available as Teddy. The close range weapons are so scary. The cast comes out, but the blast cone keeps Rascal alive after the flash.
This fight from T1 was of wrestling that control away. They stopwatch it, they push in forward, they put Faker on the left side there because they know that Gen.G cannot commit to chase him, or they're going to lose the Drake no matter what. And I think
we'll see whether T1 are actually just looking for a trade. They could potentially run at the Baron. There is Severum Crescendum. This is real rough. Ruler's going to go over and try and solo this one out. And we'll see whether Gen.G can play enough defense.
This is so scary here for Gen.G to actually split this up.
Super Mega Death Rocket flying on towards the Baron. Cuz taking a fair bit of damage here. Baron down to about 1,000. And it is secured by T1. But now the fight is on. Rascal doesn't find too much value there, but the Jinx takes down the Aphelios. Olaf, of course, is going to die, and Gen.G get Mountain Soul, give up Baron, but now 2 kills. Will this mean a broken base as Canna is running for the hills? The very terrified Yuumi is exactly how I would be feeling in that circumstance as well, as Clid comes on over. They're looking to try and stagger this one out.
Even the
comes over, and yeah, I just don't think that he's going to stand much of a chance here.
And
no more stopwatch.
They were able to take the Baron, but they weren't able to group on it. And you saw the massive damage coming through onto Cuz there from the Super Mega. Just have the keys to the Nexus at this stage.
Yeah, that is 50 gold that has their name written on it right now. That being said, it being Gen.G's game to win doesn't mean that things are 100% impossible, but it is getting more and more difficult. I just want to say, this is the best I've seen BDD play into Faker in a really long time, even including that series that they managed to win in the qualifier and played towards them And that's continuing to happen right now. They are ripe for a caster curse, and I want to apologize if that does happen, as Hook going to go wide onto Rascal.
I mean, look at T1's positioning here. How will they ever close in on this Drake? Gen.G probably shouldn't overextend here, though.
Yeah, Rascal actually is going to go golden. Tries to start this one as Moonlight Vigil actually going to get trolled a little bit there by Canna's cars. And the health bars on T1 go down low, but no one is actually taken out. Also, not a lot of R buttons down, as it's only Super Mega Death Rocket that's been picked up. That's not one of the CCs that they require. As watch the orb, watch BDD's power in this fight as T1 have been torn apart. Canna now off towards the side, and Ruler does so much damage with all the items he's put together. 4,000 already in this fight.
You chip the health, you get your shield back. That's what Gen.G is doing here, but T1 have handled this so well. They're actually getting Drake priority right now on the Elder Drake. Teddy, where are you going?
Oh, what is that? Don't face check! No! Well, he does take the Lantern, survives for the moment. Now Lantern on cooldown. The Elder has been pulled out. Rift Scuttler is going to fall immediately. As Rascal down to 50%. Canna off towards the side. Finally shown on vision as Faker flashes before the Lantern comes out. Now both on cooldown for the moment.
Rascal has to play back now. He's going to have to teleport back in. T1 now or never.
Oh my goodness, the Super Mega Death Rocket. That means the bottom lane are out of this one. There is no way T1 can fight his Elder Drake for Gen.G. War of Attrition won by the red team.
And that might just be game here, Atlas. You can see Abyssal Voyage forward. They want to catch Kana. He has to ult out. But the base is about to be unlocked.
Yeah, BDD didn't actually know which way he wanted to go. The first missed shockwave for him is going to get a flash, and Kana is going to survive.
And this is going to be a Baron easily here for Gen.G. They get a pick or two there. They can just walk down the red carpet. But this Baron buff is going to roll it out for them. They're going to have all waves pushing. Even Rascal base check moments before. The Super Mega Death Rocket comes through here and just forces them out.
Oh, Faker, no! What? That's the brush he got caught in to lose the 92-minute game!
Oh, no. Well, we're going to watch this one more time. Just extremely far forward here is Faker. And for what?
Yeah, it's so
That's
strange.
so peculiar.
Is that T1 are actually, like, they've missed their windows. Their windows were very narrow this game, composition-wise, but they've missed them. So that is not that egregious, but that is a huge uncharacteristic mistake for Faker as Nexus turret number 1 is going to go down. BDD flashes forward, gets another flash for his shockwave. Ornhorn does go a little bit wide there as Canna breaks up the fight, but Rascal looks basically unkillable. Just goes in and solos Teddy. Now Carrier and Canna have no damage. Faker finally turns up, but Ruler is an absolute monster. Carrier comes on in. That's a very angry dragon, and the Nexus will fall. Gen.G take game number 1, and we've got one hell of a best of 5 on our hands.
And it's a game of inches, not miles. It's a game.
Stages of the game. I think there is a bit of onus on BDD to get his mid lane under wraps and allow Clid to get around his jungle and possibly mitigate the push that Canna's going to put out, because topside is certainly more of these little engages do happen. That being said, that 20 CS gap is already here at 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's not exactly the timing we wanted.
Yeah, it might even get worse. Let's look at this Facebreaker.
Yeah, two-man Facebreaker. Carrier in a little bit of trouble. Actually gets Haymade as well.
Even going to commit the ignite.
That was close. As now we're looking to try and get this dive onto Rascal. He flashes. Turret aggro picked up by Cuz and held onto absolutely beautifully. Great gank up there, and we mentioned that T1 playing around topside should be an inevitability, and so far very successful.
Getting kills. You are going to get a Drake out of this, and even with a little bit of mid-control here for Faker, there's just no way that they can punish this. But the trade again here with 6 up?
Yep, Canna actually only needs a Shock Blast and an auto, and is just dead. Maybe just an Empowered Shock Blast. That was on cooldown though, and now... Oh, Gen.G, I think their spidey senses are tingling just a little bit here, understanding that there could be just another visit towards the top side. Rascal desperately trying to get towards his turret. Spear is going to miss, and Rascal's now just hopefully trying to deal with these minions. Oh no, knockup does land onto Cuz. He's still got turret aggro, but he's able to hop out of the way to the skies from Canna. He has to flash. Is he just dead? No! Gets the level up just in time.
I was going to look for one more spear. It's not over yet.
Oh, Rascal's going to get out of the way. Soul Furnace back available once again, and now Clid.
Out of vision. He is just seen. Pings come down. Clid cannot contest. He's going to look for a smite steal.
Oh, okay. That's not, he just walks up to it and says thanks. Okay, well, that's one way of losing the Rift Herald.
That's unbelievable.
They can get the eye, though.
That's unbelievable that happened, Atlas. Like, he actually just walks up and takes it.
Yeah. Cuz gonna have to try and get out of the way here as cleared. BDD finally there. The train leaves the station. I don't think anyone... Oh, yes, it was. So the drive-by collection of the eye was...
here. The value Teddy's getting on the top side is extremely mitigated. Even now with BDD showing up, he's going to get even less. This is definitely a trade that you want to take as Gen.G. Is it good enough for their composition later on? It's hard to say right now. It's hard to judge. But with the 2 Drake advantage, the extra gold that's given over to Ruler now, I mean, it's about as good as it gets. Top was able to get the whole full plate's bottom. Going to get the top turret. It's kind of insane, actually, how much gold he has. But the Rangers can't do it if T1 gets free poke like that.
Yeah, and I mean, this is exactly what T1's comp is designed to do, right? And it gets stand around in the river like this, and but I mean, you don't need it that much. You know, we can spend a little bit of time in the mid lane or
you can't
lane.
Be here.
Yeah, Clit's just going to quick draw away. Oh, that bubble was so close to being extremely high value. Shirley, speaking of which, is going to be able to lock down that outer turret in the mid lane, and T1 now.
Health to fight after that. I don't think the answer is yes, and they are able to dodge that spear, but they need to come in.
Carrier in a little bit of trouble here as Rascal rounds the corner. That is a decent sleep onto Ruler, but no one's able to follow up. Carrier tanking so much damage, and Rascal not able to find the smash. Now is the time when T1 thrives, though, as Faker does find Rascal. They've got so much more sustain. Teddy, not a massive amount of mana, but see the damage? Clid getting chunked. Faker darting forward to find Rascal. They still have vision of this, and Rascal is going to get snared. He's still very tanky, so should be able to get himself out of the way, but has these health bars been taken down low enough? T1 also struggling a little bit. Teddy only has... And we haven't seen any showstoppers really do very much. From Life as well. Like, yeah. I want to see the set get in there and actually try to put T1 out of position, because so far they kill the Devourer as well, right? He's the most pickable target right now. As, okay, here comes the train. Another flash comes out from Canna. That was already back up since their last fight. As Kemp Tank comes down, great knock up, and Clid should have the damage for this one. Canna just out of position, pushing up a little bit too far. Now Gen.G in a 4 versus 5 scenario, but there's 4 minutes left on this Drake. What are you really fighting for?
Yeah, exactly.
At this stage of the game, as Faker jumps on over, he'll find the bubble. Onto Clid as BDD flashes in front of the Battlestar to keep his jungler alive, and now Ruler finds Faker, who may be overextended. Fate's call, he's going to land onto the Tom Kent as Faker spends so much time in his belly, but it means that Carrier gives up his life. Scat of the week is good onto Cuz, but that is 2 picks now for Gen.G.
2 picks for Gen.G. That's the kind of mistake you can make against a comp like this, where Gen.G can start to snowball a game away from you if you give them too much agency.
Well, BDD going to get snared up. Life now in position to try to defend. Clid makes his way through, and now Teddy might be out of position. Devour going to be used, but now it's on cooldown. There's Scat of the week. Canna is dead once again, and here's the re-engage. Ulti comes through Cuz. Goes golden to mitigate it. Clid going to survive, and now the showstopper comes in. He's dead, actually, because there's no face call to keep him alive. However, now Faker could be in trouble, and this is not the kind of fighting that T1 wants. Ruler in trouble. Yeah, this turret is 100% the MVP as Pierce does a lot of work onto Faker, and Gen.G are bullied out of the way for now.
I mean, this is where it starts to get scary. Plates, for example, it's not just the CS that he was also given. His sleep does connect.
Yep, and Life is going to take a hell of a lot of damage. There's Dawning Shadow, and Fate's Call mitigates it for now, but that is so many resources. Think about if this was Ocean.
If this is Infernal or Ocean, yeah, it's a different story.
I mean, if it's Ocean, it's like infinite mana, and then you just like get all of your health back if you can actually... However, I feel like T1 should be able to, in the late game, force impossible situations on just get the threat Baron, and then they're going to be able to turn and win a 4 versus 3 is okay. Now it's just body blocking. Spear going to connect. Ruler in a little bit of trouble. Does have a lot of lifesteal, so should be able to just use this wave to get himself back up. Oh no, Cuz! Going to get taken down solo. The Primal Surge was decent, but that orb will finish him off. That's the jungler dead, and now Gen.G might think about heading towards this Baron.
They have good vision control here too, Atlas. I mean, there's nothing for T1. They don't have the vision to actually throw these Battle Stars. They have to throw them blind. Well, they have to contest. They have to contest.
Faker will be able to get extra vision utilizing his portal jump, but 4 versus 5 is so dangerous. Life are looking for a little bit of a flank, and it is just going to be taken by Gen.G. They had the Rend, they had the Smite. No way that T1 could answer, and now maybe out of position as Rascal is hurting Teddy and Carrier. The 2-man Facebreaker is beautiful, and now Carrier needs to try and get over the wall, and he spits Teddy out. He might be safe, but BDD says absolutely not. And he's going to be able to find him exactly the perfect teleport as Gen.G...
playing the series of his life right now. He sets up the pick that goes on to Cuz at the most critical moment. It's proactive plays like this on the Syndra. We've been talking about it all playoffs. Sometimes Syndra feels like a boring pick, sit back and poke, not as interesting as so many of the other mid laners we have. But if you're able to just take these turrets out, 30 seconds left on the Baron buff. Oh, look at
flashing on in, finds the face breaker. Faker has to flash out once again. It's going to be Rascal there driving the train forward, and Faker nowhere that he could go. Dawning Shadow isn't saving anyone as Carrier falls down as well. Teddy does have a fair bit of damage. There are lower health bars, but Gen.G just look inevitable
they look
right
like
now.
They want to end the game right now, Teddy.
Oh dear, Rascal just standing in front of him. Yes, that is a hell of a lot of damage. BDD, you have been so good this game. Cuz and Canna against the world. Can they actually do this? But I don't think the answer is yes. Nexus turret number 2 goes down. Gen.G moved to 2-0 against T1 in the playoffs.
What an unbelievable start here for Gen.G, and BDD makes it happen again. Decisive plays on the
Gen.G have themselves a different composition. I don't like the Olaf so much, but we'll be able to help them out in the early stages. We heard the analyst desk talking about the fact that Olaf is there to sort of mitigate some early game trials.
About this Scion, but ends up being, you know, a little bit of wasted time here for a jungler that, you know, yeah, sure, he just
this is super from Cuz. Yeah, Clit spots him.
He's up a level.
Yeah, this is really rough. Undertow actually misses as well.
He's dead.
There's no flash available. That's just going to be Cuz nicking first blood away. Great positioning, and look at this. Cuz has a pretty invisible game in game 2.
Yeah.
Turns it all around here as there's the attract repel on the bottom side. Ruler has to flash to get himself out of the way, and now Life in a bit of trouble. He has his flash available, but an explosive start to this one is now Rascal. This is a familiar situation as Cuz is going to get knocked up. He's underneath this turret. Canna is going to go down, so it's a trade in the end. And Rascal has teleport available here as well and will be able to tidy up this minion wave, so may not have to use it. We'll see.
Yeah, that's the
yes, Cuz reveals himself.
Well, T1 are going to fight for this.
Yeah,
so he's here.
He's going to dive in. That's actually pretty scary. And of course, Cuz is going to roam on over, and with the advantage that he picked up for himself, Gen.G. And with BDD only just resetting, a little bit unfortunate. They started it off hoping that it was going to work.
The last game. And, you know, we saw a very early lead here for T1 with this. We're starting to get a little bit worried. T1, you've got an advantage here. You have an edge. You have to use it.
Well, they want to use it so that they can actually get control over this Drake, as there's the flash forward, and Faker just gets baited by BDD. That's a solo kill, and they were trying to give Faker the money for this Rift Herald, as well as now Clit comes on forward. This could be even worse.
Oh, this is a disaster. I don't even think that this one's getting connected. It's not. They deny it. Gen.G should not be able to walk away with this Ocean Cloud, this Ocean Drake here for free. We'll find out this Cloud in a second. Nope.
It's just a game of inches
on your plate. Now nobody's getting side lane pressure, right? Ruler is not in the bottom lane. If Ruler's in the bottom lane here, you know, nobody likes this play that much, but
okay,
he stays.
That's a teleport coming on in. Life looking for the pulverize, finds it there, gives Teddy back to the rest of Gen.G. Bladewell trying to get some value, and he's going to get stunned. Yep, gameplay for you, Mr. Teddy. Because now Carrier trying to get out of there, Cuz as well, just booping whoever he can. That shock blast was decent. Just don't know whether it's quite going to be enough here, because they've already...
And once again, BDD finds that window to get value. Doesn't even have to flash.
Ooh, bit greedy, not actually going to press the Ragnarok button as in comes the train, and everything misses until the train gets there, and more gameplay for you, T1. Cuz now going to get caught out of position as well, and Gen.G. This is definitely a cold ball rolling down a hill right now, as there's the exhaust. Life just desperately wanted to give this kill over to Ruler, and will do so comfortably. Canna trying to get what he can on the bottom side.
I mean, it's just not going to be the same, it's not going to be equivalent to value. They're going to get a ton of value here in mid as well, and this is, Atlas, quite frankly, the cold ball, you know, you're going to get the streak.
Yeah, it's starting to all stack up, is what it's feeling like, Wolf, as this is going to be Rift Scuttler taken down, as well as this Mountain Drake, the first one of the game for Gen.G.
And this is Mountain Soul with Scion. T1 have to win now 3 games in a row in this best of 5 to even get us there, and they are falling behind. They cannot even control Baron right now with this poke composition.
Yep, we'll see whether they can rain something in there. Of course, Canna needs to be in position, and Faker as well, but now the re-engage comes forward. We got a lot of buttons being pressed, and now maybe it's the opportunity for T1. The Clit goes golden right in the middle of it. You can see Ruler trying to do his best, but he's going to be taken down. The Baron helps him out. The Samira is dead, though, and now Gen.G utilizing the more powerful wallets and just running at T1. That's a very short teleport. However, one that maybe Cuz not going to be able to... Yeah, you do get the extra movement speed from the teleport, but who was I kidding? It's Udyr. Once again, misjudging.
Even in the perfect team fight for T1 that you hope for, where you get the poke done, they already took damage from the Baron. They've been chipped down. You have the rail engage. Carrier comes through with a Magnet Storm, and even with the Magnet Storm, Teddy is not able to get that Inferno trigger cleanup. You don't get to see the amazing wipe. There's so much CC on the side of Gen.G to interrupt him, and I believe it was actually Rascal with just a big, devastating smash.
So that is definitely a problem. Okay. Hail Mary Baron time!
No vision here for Gen.G. They have to push through. It's very difficult to use Gen.G's comp here against this poke without vision. You can see how much damage you'll take.
Oh, it's a big teleport to come forward here as well, as Clid just says, I don't really mind about it being CC'd, but the Baron is turned away from Carrier, looking to try and get into position for this flank play.
They have to hard engage Gen.G do, or they're going to lose this Baron.
He's outside of vision right now. Rascal getting chunked just a little bit. Clid down to half as well, as the Baron down to 2,000 health. Cuz is going to get stunned. Clid gets into the pit. Can he steal it away? The answer is no. He's just dead as T1 stop their damage. They take themselves to the Baron. Rascal flashes away. Very low health. Buzzes BDD. Faker has exploded. Faker takes control. And Gen.G have to walk away from already a 3,000 Baron power play. And the more turrets they take, we've already spoken about this. It's so important to open the map for this composition. And now is their opportunity.
Gen.G!
They can stop this whenever they want. Bubble is just going to connect, and Rascal gets the bad news. Teleport out from Canna. Hasn't quite taken the inhibitor just yet, as that's the decimating smash. This is a big zoom out now, as you can see Clid trying to get away from Canna. The flash not quite enough. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, Faker is taken down by BDD, who's now desperately trying to get out of the way. Carrier goes golden, and Teddy gets stunned. Oh no, the scat of the week is a disaster, and now Ruler is bouncing over the fight. It's a triple kill so far, and Gen.G lost no one.
BDD just won the game for Gen.G. He's able to stun Teddy. I think he might have just put them into the grand finals.
This is extraordinary. Gen.G now pushing on the Nexus turrets. Canna, the only man that can save it. Carrier up in a couple of seconds. Teddy in 5. Nexus turret number 1 goes down. Carrier desperately trying to be the hero, but the Nexus is exposed. And T1 have been 3-0'd by Gen.G.
Unbelievable turn of events here. Only one Korean analyst predicted Gen.G to go to the grand finals.